Hey guys, Darth Glork here, back with part 3 of my Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom playthrough. So last time we headed to the sorta near the bottom of Hyrule Castle, and we met up with former allies of ours. I mean, not even former, you know, they were allies, they are still allies, but admittedly it's been a while. So since we had seen them, and we also got into a big section of that episode, was we spent it doing things we shouldn't have, and we were in the, this deep interior of Hyrule Castle somewhere, trying to find this armor set that I am not leveled to find. And we spent a while in there. Anyway, it's not the point. But because now we need to talk to Purah, because the goal is going to be to hopefully activate this tower. And if we can manage to, it would be pretty huge, because for, you know, that would give us vision, which would be really nice. So, let's see. If I put this here, then that goes there. No, that's not quite it. That should do it. Hey Link, you all set? I just wrapped up here myself. The travel point is working fine now, or it will be once you do your part. We're ready, Josha. Pull the switch. Hi. Oh, so that's what that machine does. I think that was something I mentioned last episode. I'm like, what is this for? Ah, the first tower, but certainly not the last. Well, that's interesting. Ah, okay, well. Now we can see other towers. And you'll notice big islands up in the sky. There's a lot you can explore in the clouds. That's for sure. Alright, so there's quite a few towers. As you would assume. All of the Skyview towers have now been activated. You wouldn't happen to have a sailcloth or something, would you? Okay, Link, your turn. Go hold the Purah pad over that terminal. Okay. Sick. Gotcha. Alright, the Skyview Tower is now active on your map. This means you can use this travel point to get here at any time instantly. The same is true for every Skyview Tower you add to your Purah pad. Impressive, right? But Skyview Towers are more than just about traveling quickly. Your primary function is to survey the area, or simply put, to make a map. The Purah pad works with the Skyview Tower and scans the topography directly onto the map. Pretty great, huh? Only thing is, you need a paraglider when you're scanning. It takes a lot of skill, but nobody here had what it takes. To be honest, that's why we haven't tested this out yet. We needed you. Which brings us to this. Oh, there we go. She did have one. Sick. Right, it's showtime. Let's start with a test scan. Now it's time for your very first launch. Our very first test launch. Our very first test. Just step onto the circle, and find me afterward, alright? I'll be observing from the research lab. When the test scan is over, we'll have a final briefing on the search for Princess Zelda. I'll also need to update your map with the places where the upheaval has wreaked the most havoc. Best of luck. Okay. I'm like, what is this? It's like, what's happening? Oh, okay. He's like, whoa! Yeah, boy! And look, we're in the sky. Look at that cyclone of air in the middle over there, by the way. And now you scan what you're looking at from the up top. Send the data using the cable back down there. And just like that, we have vision. Surface map updated. You love to see it. And also the sky map updated. Sky map updated. Well, there you go. My ridiculous weaponry. I have an old rusty sword with a rock attached to it and then a double shield. Also glued together. Let's see, I think it should be... I think she's over on this side somewhere. Alright. Oh, I think she might be up top. Purra, we did the thing. Hey. Welcome back. That was some good gliding up there, Link. I expected nothing less. So, how did it go? Did you get a proper map scan? Good. That map is crucial to our search. There are Skyview towers in every region in the world. You'll want to make a point of visiting them all. Right, let's talk about the upheaval. It's affected more than just the castle. Reports of other strange phenomena have been coming in all over Hyrule. Let's take a look at your map. Yeah. The first report comes from Hebra to the northwest. Next is Eldin to the northeast. The Gerudo are reporting trouble in the southwest, and finally there's Lanayru in the east. To the east. The strange phenomena are concentrated in these 4 regions. I can't say for certain, but I've got the nagging suspicion that we might find out more about Princess Zelda by looking into these phenomena. Hey Doc, I don't know if this is helpful, but I heard something weird the other day. It was about someone who might have seen Princess Zelda at Rito Village over in Hebra recently. That is pretty weird, yeah. Generally speaking, I don't put much stock in hearsay, but this does sound like it's worth looking into. Oh, and before I forget, Link, we've asked the Lucky Clover Gazette to help us in the search for Princess Zelda. There's nobody who knows more about the goings-on in Hyrule than them. You can find them near the entrance to Rito Village. If you do go there, you should speak with the editor. I'm sure she could help out in some way, too. I'll be here directing a variety of investigations into the upheaval's many chasms and new ruins. I'll also be looking into the different villages. Someone somewhere might know what's happened to the princess. I'm counting on you to check out the major phenomena that are troubling regions all over around Hyrule, Link. We'll find Princess Zelda one way or another. Okay, but hey, you have a quest. Sorry, can't talk now. There's something I gotta discuss with Goggles right away about our research into the chasms. Let's talk later. Okay, so we'll have to catch up with her in a second. Okay, so that's the basic overall new thing now. That's the big update. So, now, there is things in each region, as you would probably assume. And yeah, that's, in every region, just like it was in the last game. So, there's the big quest. Let's see, I actually think it's this one, and then this one. There we go, and then that's the regional, this one. Sky, Bending and Light. Okay, I was just curious about that. I feel like I should probably just untrack that. I'll wait till this girl gets there so that I can check in on people. Wait for it. There we go. Ah, what an excellent night. Oh, it's you. You know, that purr pad of yours may seem perfect, but it could be even more perfect. I'll need to head back to the lab when Josha's got the depths investigation sorted out. Come on, Goggles, are you even listening to me? Oh, yes. Sorry, you were saying? I was saying that I want to go investigate the depths. Look, if you're not gonna listen to me, I'll go and jump into a chasm myself. No way, no how, you can't do that. The depths are far too vast for you to explore on your own, and we've only barely begun to look into them. I'd love to go gallivanting around down there too. Who knows what wonders are at the bottom of those chasms? But no matter how wondrous they may be, it's far too dangerous for you. I'm not about to allow our young prodigy to go wandering around somewhere so unknown, so foul. If anything were to happen to Purra's favorite student, it'll be the end for me. The end! But I need more on that figure. If we have more info on it, it should help us better understand the depths. What figure? Oh, Swordsman. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you out of the conversation. Head of Depths Research. Let me get you up to speed. Our survey team brought back some artifacts from a journey into the depths. One of them caught my eye. Interesting. This piece of slate, specifically the image depicted on it. See that figure standing on two legs with one arm raised up? Well, I have a theory. I think it could be evidence that a mysterious people once lived in the depths. That's why I want to go down there, so I can see if there are any more depictions like this one. I want to see for myself. But Goggles here says it's too dangerous and he won't let me go. Josha, come on now. Tell you what, I'll go down there myself and figure out if I can't find anything about the figure on the slate. And Link will join me. I'm like, oh yeah? We'll start by looking for anything down there that resembles the figure on the slate. Assuming we find what we're looking for, we'll use your Purrpad's camera to take a picture of it for Josha. A perfect plan. Camera? You don't know about the camera? It's one of the Purrpad's basic features. With the camera, you can explore nearby scenery as an image, one that's stored in your pad there. Sounds like you will have more to learn about the Purrpad. Well, then I'll teach you how to take pictures, once we're down there anyway. There will be lots of monsters in the depths, though, so I'll be counting on you to keep me safe. Let's see, I guess we should enter through the chasm to the south of Lookout Landing. I'll go on ahead. Once you're ready and raring to go, come find me there. Ta-da! Wait, hang on. There you go. There's our official reason to explore the depths. Looks like he's gone. Sorry you got roped into all of this, swordsman. Goggles, I almost said Google. Goggles means well, but when he looks to me, he leaps before he looks. And here, maybe this will help you out at least. Yeah, that will be useful. Oh, and take this too. Also useful. The chasms are pretty deep, so light from the surface won't make it down there. It's pitch black. But if you can attach a bright bloom seed to an arrow and shoot it, it'll light up the area. Definitely a useful trick down there. Okay, you'll want to head straight out of Lookout's Landing's southern gate. You'll find the chasm goggles used just outside. I don't know too much about how the camera works, but I'm counting on you to bring me that picture. Oh, and please look after Goggles for me. Alright, so at least starting that one isn't bad, because of course I think that would unlock the ability to take pictures, which would be very good. Now, I might be able to do that sooner, but I assume I have to actually like wait for the real objective to do it. I assume. Let's see. So let me go ahead and zoom in here, because there's supposed to be a whole bunch of quests. So let's see. I'm just like looking around, because there's a fair amount of things here. Yes, I know. We already had this conversation. Alright, now I don't know how much of this is you guys down here want to talk about. Oh, also, I wanted to see this. Somewhere, and I feel like it is here, but somewhere later you get, like, I swear there's like an underground passage in this place somewhere. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see. I'm looking to see if anyone has any quests or something. It's not really what I'm... Although, actually, can I look at that map? I mean, yeah, but not really. What about people? Towns and villages? I'm wondering if he'll mark them on the map if I bring up, like, hey, where are the towns and villages? And he'll, like, mark them for me. Okay, Lookout Landing is in the center. Northwest, there's Rito and Hebra. Gerudo, there's southwest, and obviously the Gerudo region. You'll find Goron City and Eldon. Terrytown and Akala. Not too far from there is Zora's Domain and Lanayru. Continuing southeast, you'll come across a cluster of Hylian villages. There are within an area called Nakluda. Within that cluster, you'll find Kakariko Village, where the Sheikah live. I hear the village leader is quite lovely. True. You're seeking a tranquil spot. Hateno Village is worth a visit. I also hear it's Hyrule's center of fashion. Really. Also, there's Lurilin Village. It's a wonderful getaway destination. Many of the aforementioned towns and villages have been deeply affected by the upheaval. If removing even a faction of the monsters helps soothe the peoples of Hyrule, that's what we'll do. Our monster control crew is on patrol each day. Okay. And I don't know if he's gonna mark anything for me or whatever. I just thought it was worth the effort. Alright, so I don't think these guys have anything for me. Alright, let's go. Okay, so let's see. Maybe we'll just do a little sweep here, and I'll see if I can find, like, anybody with quests or anything. Because I swear there's some. Also... Oh, I forgot, like, the wells are a whole thing in here. I forgot that's, like, a whole thing. Look at all of this. Ugh. Okay, well, that's interesting. I forgot that, like, there's, like... now that I'm down here, I can tell you. I forgot that wells are a big portion. There's, like, 50 wells? Or something. There's a lot of wells in Hyrule now. And the wells are, like, all explorable. The wells are, like, explorable. I think most of them or all of them. You can, like, get down there and there's sometimes I think they have a fair amount in them, and other times it might be smaller. A rusty, like, Royal Claymore. That's interesting. Yeah, sure. Sorry, I did it again. There. Drop that one. Well, that's interesting. Anyway. But yeah, they're like, wells are like a whole thing in this. And I think later you're gonna get a quest to actually, like, officially explore all the wells, I think. But you can see it even on my minimap now that the wells is marked on my minimap. So it's a whole thing, which I forgot about. But anyway, I'm gonna see if I can start exploring and talking to people and see if I can find some more quests, because there should be some more around here somewhere. Well, something I did find, mostly I found nothing, basically, but something that I did find, though, is, look, this guy. Well, look at this. You're the one I saw flying around the sky. It's great to meet the first one to ever be launched from a Skyview tower, a real historic moment. Hey, what's your name? Link. Link, you say? Hold on there, really, your name is Link? Hey, buddy, you've got the same name as that famous swordsman. Ah, good for you. Pretty big name to live up to, though. I'm Penn, by the way. I work for the Lucky Clover Gazette. I'm writing an article about this event, so folks everywhere will know about the Skyview Towers being activated. I'd better get to work. Our newspaper is short on staff, so I've had to flap all over the place to cover the news. Hey, we could use another reporter. You should join us. Seems like a brave type and all. That's what it takes. Our newspaper is based in Hebra to the northwest. You'll find it near the bridge that leads to Rito Village. Stop by if you're up for adventure of a lifetime in the newspaper biz. Until then, soar long. Soar long. Ah, I get it. It's funny. Anyway, we'll see a lot more of him later, so... Don't even worry. As you probably assumed, he's not just a rando character. Now, the other thing I thought that we should do, at least look at while we're here, is... we have gems more than we should, I think. So, I was wondering... Are you like the shop owner, right? Ah. Buy my stuff. Okay, so my thought was maybe we could sell, like a few, few things. Maybe get enough rubies, maybe to get some stuff. Normally, I wouldn't sell everything I had, but... To be honest, I really kind of feel like we need the money, so... And I'm never going to use rubies to attach to like, weapons or whatever. I'm just never, ever going to do that. Let's see what else we got here. There's another one we could do. We could just have them both. Okay. Again, normally I wouldn't do this, but... Because I don't like selling when I have no other, like, I usually wait till I have a stack, right? But I don't feel like we're even supposed to have any of those things. So, I don't feel very bad about selling them right away. But that got me almost 1,000, which will be plenty. Anyway. Thanks. And now, more importantly, we can afford to buy the armor. Now, much like in Breath of the Wild, I do imagine that we will probably wear this a long time, but overall, I'm kind of also hoping, just like in that one, that I can find a different armor, and, oh, you love to see it. We're back, baby. Anyway, much like in Breath of the Wild, I imagine that we'll be wearing, this a long time, but after a certain point, I would love to get, like, a fancier armor, something that looked cooler, and then upgrade that a lot. Now, maybe it's the Barbarian set again, but there's a lot more armors in this game. There's a lot more sets, and there's several of them that a lot of them look really, really neat. And so, we might just go into Barbarian set again, but I'm not sold on that. So, we'll see what we end up doing exactly, but overall I am hoping to loosely probably be moving armors just like we did in the other ones. So, but for now though, it's a massive upgrade. Because those other ones were giving us basically nothing. I think the armored pants were giving us a little something, but for the most part, we weren't gaining any armor, almost at all. So, but generally speaking, for the most part, this will be our set for a long time until we can find another set and start upgrading it and all that kind of thing. But we're gonna go ahead and head to the depths right away, right in this chasm over here. Long term, of course, you know, we're not gonna like go really exploring the depths because they're very scary, and I'm gonna wait till I'm much higher level. I'm gonna wait till I'm much more powerful before I start screwing around in the depths, because they are very scary. Yeah, nice miss, idiot. Anyway, so yeah, generally speaking, I'm gonna, I guess we could just put on a regular old halberd. Anyway. But yeah, generally speaking, we're not going to explore. I'm going to wait till I'm much higher level. But at least starting it seems wise, because I think we're getting more... It's very early on still. I think we're getting more like features, like the camera feature and stuff. And so... just like we also did in Breath of the Wild, generally speaking, I wait too long to do even main story quests of any kind, and so I don't gain powers as quickly as I should, and things like that. So just like in Breath of the Wild on that playthrough, we went much quickly down the main quest, way more than I'm normally used to, because I was thinking, you know, we're probably going to get more stuff if getting all the features as soon as possible makes sense. So just like with that one, I'm trying to pursue main story quests to unlock features. The thing about Tears of the Kingdom is I only have done it once. With Breath of the Wild, there was more familiarity in a lot of ways, because I started that game several times before I actually did a run that I finished. Initially, like I said, that I had to earn the love of that game. Like, it took time. And so every time, it took lots of attempts of starting it before I actually finished it. Whereas with this game, by the time Tears of the Kingdom came out, I did like Breath of the Wild, and I did enjoy it, and I had finished it. So with this game, I just started it once and then beat it, and that was it. And so I was used to the system and how, you know, and supplies and all that stuff. And so this game didn't take many attempts. So because of it, I've only had the one attempt doing it all, if memory serves. And so I'm much less familiar with a lot of the ins and outs and little things. I'm very familiar with Breath of the Wild because I've gotten very deep into that game several times before I finished it all the way. Whereas with this one, I only started it and finished it once, and there's been no repeat of attempts. So because of it, it means I'm less familiar overall with the game in general. So there'll be a lot more mistakes made in this one, whereas the other option, you know. Anyway, I was just trying to get center mass before I dropped. So this is the depths. It's very creepy. It's insanely creepy. Yeah, you're gonna learn what all this means, but let me tell you, you are not even ready for how horrifying this all is. Hey, man. Are you Link? Pleasure to meet you. I'm Ponic from the Zonai survey team. Robbie told me to guide you to him once you arrived. But he rushed along with such haste that I didn't bring enough bright bloom seeds, and now I've run out. So I lost sight of him. Yup. I thought he was taking a short walk over to that glowing area over there. Then he just kept going. And going. And last I saw him, he was heading way out there, off to the west. Do you have any bright bloom seeds with you? I do. Oh, that's great news. Light from the surface doesn't reach down here, as you might have noticed. You'll be risking your life to wander here without a light source, you know. You can easily get bright bloom seeds from caves. They'll light up if struck, so they're pretty easy to use. To use the seeds all the time on the Zonai survey team, we use them all the time. The simplest way is to throw them with your hand. No problem. Those of us skilled enough with the bow will attach them to arrows and fire them off into the distance down there. Thank you. If you're going to explore the depths, take plenty of those seeds with you. I wonder if I tell them if I don't have enough seeds. I know, I'm just gonna blow through it this time. I'm curious if I tell him I don't have any, I wonder if he'll give me some. Sure don't. Oh, okay. It doesn't look like it. Anyway, it's fine. Okay, so, the depths is huge. I feel like it's maybe just as big oh, I thought they were Poes. Anyway, it feels to me at least just as big as the main as like Hyrule up above. The depths, obviously, we have no vision. We're about to gain some vision, so but it's huge. That's another tower. So these towers, this is the underground version of towers, but they're nicer than you think because they also light up a big area. And so it does help you, you know, plus they glow, they're the only things glowing, and so it's a whole thing. So anyway, underground there'll be little lights. You've noticed those those ones were bugs. I thought they were Poes, but I think that's what the Poe souls are. There's all over the depths. There's these little glowing orbs, and you gather them up, and you can spend them on something. I just don't remember what it's for, but you can spend them on something, and so it's like gathering up some kind of currency. Which you notice is a running theme. With all the Zonai stuff, there's a lot of like currency stuff going on. Anyway, so you get those roots, and it lights up an area, so it does help. It brights up the dark, so it does at least mean that the surrounding area is more visible. Obviously, as you can tell. Anyway, so there's the boy, and he was directing us over here. But I mean, zoomed out, so that's what we cleared, and so you can probably have an idea. And there's a lot of big monsters under here. It's very scary. There's a lot of spookiness. Hey you! It's really dark down here. Not even a bit of light gets here from the surface. Even with my goggles, I can hardly see. I really should have brought some bright bloom seeds with me. As one of the few sources of light, the glowing root growing down here above have piqued my curiosity. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks harmless enough. This place is roughly under the shrine on the surface. Anyway, I'm off to the glowing root I see shining west of here, so you better hurry up and get moving. Anyway, so loosely we're going to follow it. We're going to go over there and get that other route loosely. And he should be down here somewhere. But, lots of spooky stuff. You'll see, I think those are stall horses, I think is what they're called. But, there can be really good stuff at the bottom here. There can be lots of good loot down here, if memory serves. Yeah. Anyway, so this, the corruption, the goop, I'll show you. See? Arg! Anyway, it doesn't activate instantly, it takes a second, but it will decrease your hearts, just to, like, total. And to get them to freak out, see? They'll be, like, purple, see? But if you wait there long enough, eventually they'll go purple, and they will be broken, and you have to go to the surface to get them to unbreak. Now, the smartest way to do it is to just not step foot on the goop at all, like, period. Which is what I do. So, technically you can be on it a few seconds if you have to, but, Hey you, still alive? Looks like this place is swimming in gloom. Get too close to that stuff and you're asking for trouble. If a guy didn't have any bright blooms, it'd be curtains. Then again, it's my first time down here and I haven't kicked the bucket, so I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. I've just spotted something of interest through my goggles that's shaped like the figure Josha wants to find. I'll be continuing to head west toward one of those glowing routes I see ahead. See you soon. Anyway, so there could be some good stuff down here. There's like bokoblins and lots of like standard enemies as well. It's not just like deep terrors, but there's a lot of goop. Now, the good news is that a lot of this corruption goop is pretty visible even in the dark, because you see how it has like that reddish hue to it. So that reddish hue does mean it's more visible than you think. I think those are bokoblins. Yeah, they look like bokoblins over there. So there looks like there's a little camp, maybe in the middle of that route. Well, it's actually on the other side, it looks like. Anyway, so I can show you what you do with the bright bloom stuff. We could throw a giant one. Anyway, you just sort of yeet. See, and the giant ones light a huge area. So honestly, it's kind of neato, but I think there's even moblins over there. It looks like a moblin. Yeah, I think so. It's kind of spooky, man. I mean, I'm not saying I couldn't take him, because I might be able to, but, I also could just sneak around them. And normally avoiding fighting is normally the way to success, right? But doesn't mean I couldn't take him. Oh, you little bugger! What is that thing? I don't recall anything ever eating them before. Oh. Okay, so they're not massively strong. They are annoying because apparently they eat they eat your seeds, which is so rough. Man, trying to dodge those things is a nightmare because I'm stuck in an animation that's just long enough for them to get me. Well, the upside is they give you apparently Zonite. Oh, it's like skeletons, but, you know. Wow, it's a 20. Holy cow. There we go. That was interesting. Okay, I know it's damaged. Kind of like me, damaged. Oh, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of expected him to move. Hey man, what's up? I don't know if that... I feel like that did way more damage than I was expecting. Brother, what was that? He hit the post. Anyway, also I missed somehow. That's interesting. He like hit that post and I don't know, he felt embarrassed and he ran away. Okay, hang on. We can equip a new bow. Did he throw a bokoblin at me? Your range is more than I was expecting. Huh. Okay, well, that wasn't that bad. But more importantly, we can loot. Oh, I got some arrows, too. Got a little bow, that's fine. Alright, let's see. We need to equip... I'd prefer to get, like, Are they both two-handed? Two-handed? Oh, they are, okay. Well, this one's more boring, so... Anyway, I remember Zonite's useful, I just don't remember why. Probably doesn't surprise you. Anyway, but, you know, there's lots of new bosses in here as well. It's not just, you know... new enemy. There's new enemies, new bosses. There's new everythings. And Bokobos aren't worth a whole lot. Anyway, so there was a few moblins in there. That was a little wacky. Oh, actually, I can grab that and I can do this. Because I always think the metal ones are too tough for that to work, but it's not true. So you can see another little camp over there. We're not hunting camps though. We're apparently gonna kill some more of those little more of the bokoblins, but our real goals, of course, is we're on a mission. There's another little camp right there. Huh, that's interesting. Anyway. So there's a lot of... Oh, that's like tall. Okay. Anyway. There's lots of giant mushrooms in here as well. Oh, I was stepping on it. I didn't even notice. Anyway, but yeah, there's a lot of these like really tall mushrooms, you know? The good news is often you can like, sometimes you can use like ascend to get up there and, you know, do something with that. Other times, there's some sort of flying animal up there. Forgot that was a thing. Shut up. Your moveset is easy to read. Oh, and I dodged your friend. I was thinking I got hit. I didn't react because I thought I got hit. Not so. I dunked on your buddy. Come on. 1, 2, roar. Anyway. They look so fearsome. I was expecting them to be more difficult. That's the reason I assumed I just wasn't ready for it, because they look very intense down here. But, the shocking reality is, they're like the basic ones, you know? They just look tougher than they, used to. Maybe because they're all, you know, corrupted down here or whatever. Anyway. Gotta tell you, it feels pretty good to be getting all this loot, even though I don't remember what it's for. So, I didn't feel bad about using my rock hammer for that, because there's a lot of rock hammers over there on the other side. Oh, plus these ones are one-handed. Much better. Yeah, get red, idiot. I wasn't even looking at you, and I knew you were dive bombing me. Idiot. I don't know why he exploded, but it was cool. It was cool all the same. Let me just go up here and figure out what his deal was. Arakuda. It's interesting. Anyway, did I get all the loot down there that mattered? I think so. Although, I mean, you know, this wasn't really part of these guys, but there was some more loot. Anyway, so, I mean, the depths, it's often very scary, you know? The depths is often very, very scary, because there's so much down here, and it's so dark for big sections. Are those actual Poes that time? You can barely see the little glow over there. I think those are actual Poes. And I think Poes is what they're called. Just like it is like Twilight Princess style. You know? Where they're not like bugs. I think that one's a bug, but... Because the regular Poes don't move. You can see more of those little gremlins that I forgot existed. Bomb flower. I mean, I'll take some bomb flowers. Anyway, but not the Poes, but the, it's very spooky. They're very spooky to deal with because, it's very dark and there's lots of enemies and it's a lot, like emotionally. It's just a lot to deal with. So often you don't really go down here until you feel really prepared because it's just very spooky. I saw Robbie over there just for a second there too, by the way. But obviously I wanted to grab this first. So, you know, it's interesting. It's interesting. Nothing you'd want to spend too much time down here because it's spooky. But you haven't even seen some of the horrors that persist. There are some real spooky things in this game. Like Gloom Hands. In my opinion, worst enemy in the game. And I have no idea how to beat them because they're a boss. They're a variety of boss called Gloom Hands, and they are a horror beyond anything you're capable of processing. There's other things too. There's like a giant Hydra-looking things that shoot things at you, and they have different elements, and they're very spooky. I've never even fought one of them because you just take one look, and I'm like, nope. And I went the other way, so I have no idea. So I don't know. It's just a lot. It's just a lot going on. What? Look at how bright that thing got. The light down here in the dark is downright refreshing. In fact, it's so luminous, it's almost like we're on the surface. Just standing here near it makes me feel so much better. How strange. Hey, it's you. You're finally here. I need to show you what I found. This statue, it's standing tall on two legs, one arm raised high. It looks an awful lot like the figure Josha showed us on that piece of slate, don't you think? Alright, get that camera of yours ready. It's time to put it to work. That's right, I forgot you hadn't used the camera when we last spoke. Very curious indeed, given it's one of the PurPad's basic features. Bro, do you mind? Give me that PurPad for a second, alright? Do you mind not dragging me for a second? Well, there's the problem. Your camera's locked, and so is your Hyrule Compendium. Hang on. If I remember correctly, you press this, well, you pull this, and you tap that, and... There we go. We unlocked the camera. Capture images using the PurPad. You can then save them to the album. And it unlocks the Hyrule Compendium, which obviously you probably remember from the first game. So, boom! Now you should be able to use both the camera and your Hyrule Compendium. So, go capture a picture of that statue. This is a good chance to verify that it's working properly, too. Test it out. Experience is the best teacher, after all. Once you capture the image, come back here, and I want to see how it looks. Okay. But I've got to get a good picture from the front. There we go. You'd love to see it. Hey, you, how'd that go? If you've captured an image of the statue with your camera, then hurry up and show me. I'd like to see how it looks. Oh, don't worry, bro. I did the thing. So, did you get a good picture? See? Stupendous! Looks like you've captured it well. I'm sure Josha will be satisfied with this. Lighting up that immense route, getting us a picture of the statue. You just started helping us research down here, but soon enough, we're gonna have even more to investigate. Well then, it's time to I head back up to the surface. See you at Lookout Landing. Don't make Josha wait too long with that picture. Oh, don't worry, man. I'm going there right now, because I am not hanging down here if I don't have to. Alright, There's active waypoints and stuff. We're gonna go to the map, and we're gonna go back up, and then we're gonna go to Lookout Landing, baby. Alright. Lightning, obviously, but don't worry about that. Hey, you! Show Josha the picture you took of the statue. The figure matches up pretty well, and it looks darn cool, too. See? This is it. This does match what's on the fragment. Thank you, swordsman. Just like on the slate, this figure must be showing people of some sort, whoever they were, which confirms my theory. The people lived in the depths. I'm sure we'll find even more traces of them if we keep searching. This is a big, big, big discovery. Now what's next? The possibilities. There's so much more to research. Oh, but before I focus on that, there's something I want to give you as thanks for helping with this stage of my investigation. Our earlier surveys of the depths found all of this. What do you think it's for? I have no idea, but I'm hoping I can find out. I feel as if these contain some kind of strange power, like maybe it's energy for something. Anyway, this might help you in your search for Princess Zelda, so hopefully you find them useful. That fragment has helped us see the depths in a new way. Now we're closer to understanding one of its mysteries. I'm going to sift through everything from that our surveys have brought back from down there. Maybe there are even more fragments that I can piece together. Goggles, swordsman, thank you so much for going to investigate the depths for me. Hey, no problem. Great job getting the picture of the figure that Josha was looking for. She was pretty happy to see that picture. And I was thrilled to show you how to use the camera. Inspired, even. The Purapad has even more potential functions, you know. Listen up, big update here. Your Purapad can be equipped with a sensor that detects shrines. Come on, act more impressed. I'm the first one in all of Hyrule who noticed the shrines after the upheaval, so I created a sensor to detect them. Only thing is, I can't set it up here at Lookout Landing. It'll be nearly impossible unless I'm at the Purapad Research Lab in Hateno Village. The research lab? That's right, it's a lab dedicated to the enhancement of the Purapad, which Purah and I developed. Once I'm in that lab and you join me there, I can further improve your Purapad, starting with the sensor. You'll find the lab in East Necluda, off in the southeast corner of Hyrule. On its far side is Hateno Village. Go a bit farther than that, and you'll see a mighty peculiar place. Don't let the looks fool you, it's cutting-edge lab. But for now, Josha's investigations are our main priority. So until she gets further along, I'll be staying here for a while. Okay, so, there's all of that. Now, I'm kind of thinking that maybe our first goal is going to loosely be to discover those 4 points. I'm thinking that might be our focus. Not that one. I need that one. Okay, so I'm thinking our goal might be to loosely discover villages, you know? And I'm kind of thinking that whichever... Okay, that's actually Zora. It's not that one. I'm not positive how to get to, like, Kakariko Village. But Kakariko Village does kind of seem like the good, you know... Like, discovering the villages seems loosely like a good starting place, because it's how we started the last one. I'm just, like, looking through really quick and trying to see. Is that Kakariko? Yes. Okay, so if we look at the map... now we cannot see roads or anything, so this is gonna be a little confusing. But I can see rivers and stuff. Okay. Okay, so there's that. So the village should be... like right... I think the village is like right here. Okay, so I'm gonna mark the red and we're gonna head towards that. And that's loosely gonna be where we begin this particular journey. And obviously along the way... No... And obviously, along the way, we are going to, No, the lightning's like, I'm waiting for you. Okay, so it's not that. You good? Okay. Anyway, so, loosely, obviously, along the way, we're going to do lots of good looting, but our main goal is going to be to head towards that lab, so... Or not the lab, but the villages, you know, discovering villages and stuff, so... That's going to be where we begin. Now, along the way, we're going to discover 1,000 things, and it's going to be great, but... You know, loosely, that's the plan. Okay, so you might be wondering what we're doing, but, you know, you'll notice the guy here, so it should be fairly obvious. I don't feel like this is the method. Okay, now, hear me out. This is a ridiculous... I don't know... Oh, well, that's not really how I thought that was working. There, can we get it all the way on the ground? We mostly know, because it's gonna fall forward. I don't know what the... Like, this is obviously super not gonna work. I mean, maybe that'll be upright enough? Hey. Anyway, I know how it works. Let go. Oh, hey, maybe, hey, maybe. How's the president standing? That was brilliant. I would have never have thought of it. Well, probably because it was ridiculous. Oh, right, let's get him secured while he's still standing. There you go. So, you know, we saw him. Now, loosely, we're still on our objective. Now, we're kind of bouncing towards a shrine that's nearby. I don't know if we're heading towards that tower you see behind me there. I don't know if we're heading towards that tower next after that, but we might. Because, loosely, I feel like our overall objective should be towers, and it should be towers and the villages. And so I feel like, loosely, that's the plan. But, I mean, towers along the way, anything that's, like, sort of nearby and maybe fairly easy to get to, should be pretty high priority, you know? Anyway, so he gives me a little bit of money. Also, you must be hungry after all that. Oh, food. Actually, that's a good call. Once again, I forgot to make anything. But after we get this, shrine over here, we can get back to it, and I could easily leave and then, you know, do whatever I needed to. But anyway, we're heading towards this shrine that's nearby. So we're gonna go into this, and then maybe head towards that tower in the distance behind it, even though it's not really towards our objective. Maybe after that tower, we'll work our way towards that tower, also working our way towards the village. So we'll see. All right, combat training, throwing. That's interesting. Anyway, you know, one of the nice things about the shrines in this one is they're so easy to spot, like especially at night, but just in general, they're very easy to see, which is just really nice. I was about to say, hang on, I have all this stuff to loot, but obviously it's, you know, there's a reason for this. This shrine purifies the ancient evil. You have entered here. Heed my instruction. Aim true and throw the material. Gotcha. Your other attacks are ineffective here. Ready yourself. Gotcha. So obviously I'm supposed to be, yeah, throwing material. Gotcha. Ow. Hang on. Let's say, not that time, pal. Thanks for the arrow, though, idiot. Alright, so they've been giving me a whole bunch of these, so... Sorry, I messed up. There we go. Good lord, that took longer than I would care to admit. Well done. Thank you. I'm a genius. I know they gave me the controls, but I did not... I did not process what they were saying. I was focusing on grabbing things and could not figure out what they wanted me to do. But what you do is this: you you pretend like you're gonna throw your weapon, but then you go to your materials. It's very odd. You've proven your mastery. Now proceed to the innermost chamber. Thanks, Dad. I don't suppose I'd be allowed to get up there and get that loot. Probably not. I mean, I almost... Hang on, I could sort of, like... There we go. There we go, I pushed... Oh, there doesn't matter. There's a ladder on the other side, I just noticed. Well, it doesn't matter. Really, I'm, like, out of everything? That doesn't seem right. Okay, well, I'll start with that. And then, weapon-wise, that makes a little more sense. Zonite sword. I don't know if that's better than a rock hammer. I mean, I don't know. We could do this. Although the rock hammer at least has some more uses because it's good for breaking rocks. But, you know, I guess we'll just do this. Sure. Alright. What's my loot? Bomb flower. Well, that's never a bad thing. Never a bad thing. So, I feel like in this game, arrows seem a little more plentiful. Like, I feel like already, really quickly, I got a lot of arrows, and I feel like that there's lots of enemies that drop arrows. So, maybe it's in my head, but I'm assuming why. It feels like they, on their end, have stepped up the arrow giving consumption, or the arrow giving quantity. And I feel like the reason why is because they want you to be combining your arrows with materials, and that's a big part of the game, is because you can combine your arrows with all kinds of stuff. Maybe you're using it to light up the darkness in the depths, or maybe you're using it to make fire arrows or bomb arrows or whatever else. And they give you those materials a lot, they give you arrows a lot, but they don't really give you, I don't think they give you like straight up bomb arrows anymore. I think you use materials to make things. I think that's the new shtick in this one. So maybe it's in my head, but I do think that's kind of the whole bit there. So you know what's something that's kind of funny is that Greg Miller, but also the swarms of bats are actually a problem now, because before they were not at all an issue, because you could easily just, you just get a bomb and throw it and then prosper, but not so much an option anymore. So do you think you like get an apple like you would in olden days? What just happened? I'm so confused. Like I know it on my map says cherry tree, but like I don't. What is that? I've never seen this. What is that? I'm so confused. What is this? I mean, it's a cherry tree, and there's all these glowing bits. Are you just what? You're showing me like ore veins, or? I'm so confused. What is that? What just happened? I gotta look something up. I'm so confused. Oh, okay. So yeah, I googled it, and so apparently cherry trees, those creatures are called satori or something. But it shows caves in any particular area. So if you do that, it highlights caves for you. Because those creatures, they're fond of fruit, and obviously in this case it was an apple. Anyway, I don't think I ever did that in my first playthrough. I don't think I ever did that, because that did not look like anything I've ever seen. Anyway, I'm feeling brave. Plus, I don't have a mask to abuse, so. Oh! Dear. I did not realize. Okay, hang on. Hang on. I'm not panicking, you're panicking. Hey, don't mind me, man. I almost made it up. Then he bonked me and interrupted me. Hang on. Gotta eat something. Get all my hearts back. Hang on. Okay, now like don't do that again. Hey. Oh, I actually didn't do any damage. I mean, I did almost no damage to him. Okay, that one actually hurt a little bit. But at least I'm not gonna get shot at while I'm doing this. Coming back, hang on. You can probably hear me button spamming like a monkey. Almost got him. I gotta get farther and farther with each go around. Coming back. Link. Thank you. Look at that. I actually killed one. I've seen those in my other playthrough. I just don't think I ever fought one. Well, there you go. Look at that. We actually did it. I didn't, I don't know. I wasn't ready for all that. I don't know. That was not what I thought was going to happen with all that back there. Anyway. We got lots of good loot for it, though. Korok Frond Guster, I guess. That's interesting. Anyway, that was That was different. I got a whole bunch of arrows back, which is good, because I spent a few. I gotta make some food, though. Let me tell you. Alright, what's my big loot, huh? Oh, and a ruby. Okay, so let's see. There's just a couple of boko bows, nothing insane. Ah, some more amber. I don't suppose. Yeah, Korok Frond Guster. That's super weird. That's very interesting. Anyway, we weren't really here for all that. Let's I'm gonna make a quick detour and make some food, because I forgot to. And then we're going to work our way towards that tower. Okay, so we are just vibing over here, and I found some interesting things. Found a handful of Korok seeds, which was pretty great. And I also spotted a obviously we're working our way sorta towards a tower, more or less-ish. But also there's a cave back there, there's a stable over here. So there's some interesting things. I saw another battle talus, or whatever they're called, up top, that was patrolling on a road over behind me now, but I obviously did not tangle with all that. But I saw it. Goron City. I'm tempted to go right for the shrine first, although we could, there's no reason not to look around, talk to people, you know, beforehand. So if you're wondering what these little very sharp, pointy looking rocks are for, they are, you can, if you attach them to a stick, you can make a stone axe. So that's the reason you keep seeing, probably have noticed, you see a lot of those really sharp looking rocks. That would be why. It's because they are perfect for making stone axes. Okay, there's another well, which is gonna be a whole thing, but we're gonna talk to everybody first. There's the... Are you the balloon kid from before? Is this your first time here, mister? Welcome, this is Woodland Stable. Hey, I gotta know, are you looking for stuff that fell from the sky too? Fell from the sky? You don't know? Look up there, there's an island floating up in the sky. You see it too, right? Sometimes when I'm looking at the sky, a big box falls down from that island. Ah, there, look, look. Yeah, so something interesting is a lot of the islands up there, they'll drop rocks. So big pieces of them will fall off. And sometimes if you're not careful, they'll land on you. And that means a sky person's got to be dropping them. I always knew there was a kingdom in the sky, and I've always dreamed of going up there to play with all the sky animals. But I'm still little, so I'm not allowed to go too far away. I want to hurry and be all grown up like you, mister, then I can go up there. Do you think you could go up into the sky if you had a big balloon like the one on the other side of the pond? Maybe. Maybe, kid. So I think that is the balloon kid. Anyway, look, beetle. Hey, man. And there's just this guy with a wagon, which is cool. So one of the mushroom people, and then there's a band. Should we tell the newspaper what happened here? Absolutely. We'll tell this whole awful story to the Lucky Clover Gazette and no one else. They'll take it seriously. I don't know how we'll get word of this to them, though. The Lucky Clover Gazette is in the Hebrew region. They're working out of a stable, I heard, and that's all so far west, though. So obviously we're not allowed to do anything with that yet. Well, it looks like there's not a lot going on in this stable, which is interesting. Okay, oh hey. Look at that. Some mushrooms. Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna see what was in the well. And there's a cave over there. And then a balloon. Anything interesting? Well. Interesting. What's this? Well. I mean, not a whole lot going on in here. I mean, it's just like an empty well. There's like nothing. Oh. Where are you gonna go, fish? I was about to say, there's nowhere to go. Get off the wall, Link. Anyway, that's interesting. Oh, there's some lizards too. Anyway. Let's just go ahead and get out of here. Anyways, that was different. Okay, we need to discover the... Oh, hey. I saw that little thing, but I just didn't feel like it mattered. Wow, that thing runs a long way. Oh, okay. I was about to say, I was like, surely you're gonna despawn any second. There's a little rock you could use if you wanted to make, an axe, which I don't have any sticks, but it's an option. Hey, are you the little gremlin guy that I never talked to, and you know, that in Breath of the Wild? Yep. That's him. So this guy's in Breath of the Wild. I forgot to ever find him or even talk to him, so we never saw him in our playthrough, but he's back. You there, traveler, do you have business in this cave by any chance? I'm sorry to say, but right now it's what? Big Brother! Yikes. He's even creepier than you are. Somehow. It's no use. Colton, please, it's impossible, absurd even, to try to turn yourself into a legendary creature. A Satori, no less. Absurd. You should be working on the monster collection with me instead of chasing a silly dream like that. Just like yells. I will never give up, Kilton. I've always wanted to be a Satori. I will be a Satori. I do not care what it takes. All I need is to get my hands on a bubble gem that I'm sure to turn into a Satori. And the rumors are true. There is a creature in the cave called a bubble frog, and it glows just like a Satori. Gah, but I didn't think it would be up so high on the wall and run around all nimbly-bimbly like that. In that case, little brother, why not get someone to help you catch a bubble frog? Yes, yes, do you remember all that treasure you collected? You could offer that in trade. Hey, what if I told you that I have, like, several gems? Traveler, did you hear me and my big brother talking? If I'm gonna make my dream come true, I've got to get my fingers on a bubble gem. God, but the bubble frog is so very nimbly-bimbly and hard to catch. What's your dream? You want to hear about my dream? Well, it's simple, really. I dream of becoming a Satori, you know, the creature of myth. I actually just met one of those. Very weird looking. Satori are legendary creatures that have been spotted all over Hyrule. Piercing eyes, bluish white fur. Ooh, how I've admired them since I was a wee Colton. And then I read these ancient texts and they told me how to transform me, Colton, into a Satori. For it to work, I must find a bubble frog, a strange creature that loves dark caves and glows bluish white like a Satori. Then I must collect a bubble gem, which is a bauble that bubble frogs drop when they're feeling weak. That's why I chased after a bubble frog lurking in the cave. I wanted to get my fingers on that gem, but who knew a bubble frog could gambo about like that, so nimbly-bimbly. I want to be a Satori. I will be a Satori. I'll do whatever it takes. I'm sorry. But this is my wish and my dream and my reason for doing such things. So if you ever get a hold of a bubble gem, please give it to me. I'll give you a treasure in trade, I swear. Here, take this. I have one for you. That's a bubble gem. Colton, is it the real thing? The perfect shape and the faint blue glow? It's a real bubble gem. Real as can be. You did it. Now I can transform into a Satori just like the ones I adore. Thank you so very much. Please take this gifty in return. Bokoblin mask. Kilton's handmade Bokoblin headgear. It's almost charming in a cute, monstrous kind of way. Equip it to blend in with Bokoblins. Well, that's interesting. See, I collect all sorts of monstrous treasures. That is monster parts and goods that make you look like a monster. The mask I gave you was made to look just like a Bokoblin, so much so that even a Bokoblin would take you for one. By all means, do try it on. Then you will see what it's like to have a body and the heart of a Bokoblin. At last, the time has come. Time to gobble down the bubble gem. Cheers and bottoms up. You see, he just eats it. My body, it isn't changing, but I do feel a strange sensation washing over me. It can only mean one thing. I'm on my way to becoming a Satori, and that means more. I need more of them. I can't just gobble them up one at a time. No, that'll never work. I must collect lots and lots of them and eat of them all at once. And to do that, Kilton, big brother, I have decided to set out on a journey to collect bubble gems. I see. Well, it seems that you made up your mind. That being the case, you have my complete support. I hope you collect as many bubble gems as you need. Big brother, thank you, thank you. Traveler, I am grateful for your help, but I've decided to set out on a journey to collect bubble gems. Next time you set your fingers on a bubble gem, please do give it to me. If you do, I'll trade you a gifty for my collection of treasures for it. And with that, I hope we meet again somewhere, someday. Well, there you go. That's interesting. Well, there you go. Off he goes. I do hope he's able to make his dream come true. Now, I have to be on my way as well. I'll be making the journey to Terrytown and Akala. But dear traveler, thank you so much for helping my little brother. And though I hate to impose, I do hope that during your travels you'll find time to assist him further. I'll keep my ears all wide open for news of my brother's whereabouts, so visit me in Terrytown if you need help finding him. Yes, yes, I'll be going now. Oh, okay, so Kilton will be in Terrytown. And then we have a side objective to keep an eye out for Colton. So, the more you know. But we're gonna go up the cliff here and grab that shrine, because this way we can get back here if we ever obviously need to. Rise and fall. All right. See what that's all about. Uh-huh. Okay, so obviously now we need to do... Sorry, I did the wrong thing. I'm genius. Alright, what else we got going on here? Okay, there's nothing down there but death, so that's good to know. Take me back. Wait for it. Anyway, what's this? A Zonite shield. Well, we could drop the one I'm using. Then I need to equip something else. Sorry, we can rewind this to take me back up there. Alrighty. Gotcha. What if we do this? Okay, and then then we activate it so that it goes way up in the air and then back down. Okay, and then I climb on it and make it do the same thing again. Yeah, boy. There you go. I am a smart cookie. All right, I am curious about something. Let me go ahead and grab some of this stuff really quick. All right, I wanted to do this. I've seen other people do this. I've never tried it. It never occurred to me to like click on these rocks, you know. But admittedly, I am a little curious. Well, that's interesting. Like I said, it never occurred to me to even try that. So I never did. You know? I saw rocks fall and I was like, wow, that's crazy, and I just like left it alone. But I've seen other people do that, where they just like hit recall on the falling rocks and use it to get up. Which is pretty nutty. Anyway, we're not here for all that, though. I have some questions, like, what is that over there? That glowing mass on the ground. Oh, is that one of those, okay, actually, I have a guess as to what that is. Anyways, rolling in here. I don't know how... Some of these towers are quite something. Whereas other ones, very straightforward. It just really depends. Also, did you notice how Death Mountain's looking a little different? Death Mountain has no volcano on it, but it's, like, oozing, you know, corruption. So that's a little scary. Anyway, oh, I meant to tell you, I went back to Lookout Tower, or whatever it's called, Lookout Base, you know, whatever it is, and I I went to the Goddess Shrine, and then turned in our 4 little orbs for an extra piece of a stamina wheel, so that's what we did. Anyway, huh? Did you come to did you come out to see the Skyview Tower? Sorry, everything around here is a bit of a mess. A big chunk of old ruins fell from the sky and hit the Skyview Tower. It knocked off the lid that covers the hole at the top of the tower. That means the hole at the top is open, and that's not all. After the impact, the door got stuck too. Let's see, maybe if you use the terminal inside, that would force the door back open? But without a way to get inside, we're kind of stuck. Okay. So, I have a stupid idea. Okay? I was about to say, surely I can't just, like, you know, do that. But my other idea is because sometimes the answer to these is, like, there'll be, like, a cave, and you, like, use the cave to get underneath the tower. That kind of thing. I have an idea. You know, he just said the top is open. Does that not mean I can just do this? Let's say, Link, don't you screw me on this, boyo. I mean, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, see? That's funny. He's like, whoa! It's like, yeah, weren't expecting that little maneuver, were you? Alright, well, look at that. We got the door open. Oh, I was right. Using the terminal did open the door. Thank you, that was a big help. Now then, I think I'll take a little break before heading to my next job. Thanks, I'm gonna get the map data. Alright, let's go. Whee! Oh, I think a blood moon is about to hit, by the way. Also, look, there's a shrine up here. And all kinds of goodies. Sick. Alright. There we go. Surface map updated. Sky map updated. You love to see it. Alright. So let me go ahead and look down here. Okay. Okay, so we are in this top area. As you can see, there's like tracks that are like attaching all of these, which is very interesting. But a few little notables. So the first thing is that down there. Okay, so these, if memory serves, these like giant glyphs are your memories. Somewhere attached, you can actually see it already from here, I think it's this, let me move the thing. It's like right there. So right there, you notice how that part is like filled out, you know, it looks like it's colored in, so to speak. It's because I think a memory is in there. So that's what those are. And so that one obviously looks like a puripad, but they're all over, and usually it's easiest to see them from up above them. There's also another tower right there. I'm curious which one that is. Okay. So that's that one. The other one that I looked at was that one. I'm just like looking to see where those are in relation to where we're going. Oh, that's actually the wrong direction. Okay. That's not the one I wanted. Okay, so if it's near the red... Okay, so that red one is probably that one. Is that it? Yeah. So it's actually a little beneath it, which is interesting. That's interesting. The blue one is so much closer that it's a little tempting to do this. It's also a little tempting to hop over here and like use the track and like go up the track a little bit to get to that, because, you know, getting that shrine could be convenient. Also a blood moon, in case you didn't, you know, notice. It's about to kick off and looks like about 10 minutes. I think it should kick off right at midnight, or maybe it doesn't wait for that. No, I do think it is kicking off right at midnight. Yeah. The blood moon. Oh. Look how much more intense it is in this one.
汝の光がこの地を照らすとき、魔物どもの魂が再び肉体を取り戻す。さながら古の大戦のごとく、再びこの地を席巻する。
Yeah, that's look how much more intense the blood moon is in this one. Just like Zelda standing in the middle of this field and she's like, "Witness the blood moon's rise." And you're like, "Good heaven, what's happening?" Anyway, hey, there's another one over there. Anyway, I'm just on the fence about what we should do because time-wise we're a little low on time. So this track thing is going to take a bit, you know what I mean? I'm a little tempted to ignore the track for a second, because either we go down right there, and then I just teleport once we get it. I teleport right back to this tower, and then use the tower to get back up here so that we can make a better jump towards maybe the blue one. Maybe that's what we'll do. Okay, gliding in full speed here. Boom. Alright, you ready for this?
「一通り見せてもらいましたが、確かにこの時代の技術ではありませんね。でもワープという機能はここでも使えるようにできるかもしれない。少しいじってみたいのだけれど、お借りしていいかしら。
はい、ミネル様、何かのお役に立つのなら。
ではお借りするわ。
私が未来から来たこと信じていただけますか？
初めから疑ってなどいません。
ゼルダ殿が元の時代に戻る方法はわかるか、姉上。
あなたが時を超えてきたのは秘跡の力によるものでしょう。そもそも秘跡とは持ち主の力を倍化する秘宝です。私であれば肉体から抜け出す魂の力、ラウルであれば魔を滅する光の力、ソニアは時を司る力。あなたからは光と時、二つの力を感じるわね。倍化されているのは時の力のようだけど。
時の力。
しかし秘跡はあくまで力を倍化するだけ。実際にそれを制御し行使するのはあなた自身。だからあなたが帰り方をわからないというなら、秘跡にまつわる伝承に流化の法と呼ばれる禁じられた術があります。秘跡を飲んだ者は調整不能の竜となり、永劫の時を手に入れる。
なるほど。ある意味で時を超える術か。これが何かの手がかりになるのではということだな。
ええ。しかし伝承には続きがあります。竜へと姿を変えた者の心は永劫に戻らない。禁じられた術と伝わるゆえんです。時の超越という一点においては糸口になると思ったのですが、永久に自我を失ってしまうのでは本末転倒ですね。ごめんなさい、お役に立てなくて。
振り出しか。とはいえゼルダ殿が 力への理解を深めれば新しい発見があるやもしれぬ。使い方をソニアに習ってみるのはどうかな。
はい。
So I realize that makes probably very little sense to you if you haven't played the game before or whatever. You just saw that one, like, I mean, I guess I'll still call them memories, but they're not really a memory because this isn't the, I mean, I guess they are a memory. It's just a very ancient memory. Anyway, so in this game, they're called Dragon Tears, is the name of these quote-unquote memories. And, oh yeah, see, even in the game, they're called memories. Anyway, so yeah, that's apparently the 5th one, apparently, which is actually the 3rd tier of the dragon, apparently. Anyway, yeah, so I feel like some level of explanation is required. So, basically, Zelda got moved into the very ancient past. That's where, when she disappeared, when we were in the chasm, and she vanished into thin air, that's where she is. So, she's in the very distant past. Now, I might have let you figure that out because the game pieces it together for you, but because I'm gonna be finding memories as we're going, it felt a little bad to just let you guys just like wonder like what the heck is happening. And if we're finding all these memories and it's like talking about all these people and all this other stuff, it's gonna be very confusing. So, so that's the deal with all that. So, anyway. I don't know if we can make this shrine or not. It's gonna be close. We might just miss it, to be honest with you. I kind of hoped I could get cheeky with it. I think we're just gonna miss it. Yeah, we're gonna be just a scotch too low. They probably did that so you'd have to use the track stuff. That's not very nice. Anyway, so as we glide in here, I landed on an upper area. That looks inviting. You see the giant, I don't know, electric or fire-headed, 3-headed monster over there. That's obviously one of those bosses that I was mentioning earlier that I just avoid because I'm like, look at that. How could I possibly fight that? Man, we are still not gonna make it with my stamina. I'm gonna have to land a little sooner because we are not gonna have the stamina to make it to that top of that mountain. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, but obviously we're out of time. So. Anyway, but yeah, so I don't know, it's just, so, as we find memories, things will become a little clearer. Yeah, I guess this is how we are gonna have to do this. I think we're gonna have to try to climb that bit right there, I think. Because, obviously, we do not have the stamina. Anyway, so, so that's where Zelda, I mean, is or was or whatever. And so, the king is, Raru, or however you say his name. That's the king of the ancient land that she's in. That other female creature lady, I forget the name of the race. Zonai, maybe, is that the name of the race? Anyway, the other person, I think she was like an expert. She was like one of their scientists or something equivalent, something like that. Anyway. So that is who all of those people are. And, yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna work our way up to the top of this tower and see what happens. Okay. Getting close to the bottom now. This place is full of goop, apparently. Anyway. Full of goop. But that's okay. At least for now. No, I don't exactly remember what the shtick of this one is. Still, though, I have found a lot of splash fruit around here, let me tell you. Might have been faster just to run around, but whatever. Oh. You there, please help me. The sludge fell upon me so suddenly. I should wash it away. I could wash it away if only I had some water. Yeah, don't even worry about it, dude. I don't need to spend an arrow for this. I could easily just, and then do this. Splash fruit. I'm assuming it's gonna be on the end, because I started finding those for the first time recently. Hey man, you okay? You saved me. Thank you. How shameful that this could happen to me, captain of the guard at Zora's domain. Unbelievable. Ugh. After the upheaval, that filth suddenly began falling from the sky. It sullied the waters around here and in Zora's domain. Everyone is at their wits' end because of it. This is why I set out to investigate the surrounding area myself. To think I would fall prey to falling sledge myself. Just thinking of it makes my scales bristle. Ugh, my gills still feel so unclean. If you had not sprayed me with water, I shudder to think what might have happened to me. Please take the Zora Spear as a token of my thanks. I'm sorry that it is not much, but it's all I have. It decayed like all the other weapons at the time of the upheaval, but, well, it's not unusable, at least. You have so many weapons in your possession, it would seem. Okay, hang on. So he wants to give me Zora's Spear, and I'm full, so... I don't know, we'll do that. Thanks, dude. Okay, so now my thought is this, and then you go this. There we go. At least that one was a simple one, you know? Just throw water, get rid of the goop. It's a nice simple one for a change. A lot of the other ones later, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of them that are more complicated, but so far they have been pretty simple solutions. Just like in the other one, there was a lot of them in the other one that were pretty much free, right? So especially with that, with the Majora's Mask, which I abused the entire game. So you know, it is what it is. All right, let's get up top here and let's get some vision. Well, there's lots of sky. Oh, look at all the goop, dude, raining down from this place on top of Zora's domain. And this giant sphere over here, that's no moon. It's a space station. I'm like, look at that, it's the freaking Death Star. Yeah, look at all the goop, dude. It's freaking everywhere. It's everywhere. So that's what's wrong with Zora's domain. Surface map updated. Oh, look at all the water. It's all sickly looking. So I imagine that part of saving Nim is going to be getting to the top of all of this stuff up here, and then looking around and trying to figure out where the source of all the goop's coming from, and get it to stop raining down on the domain. So I imagine that's going to be the shtick with them. And I remember this, that you like, there's like some pieces of it that are open and hard to see, and you can like get inside that thing. It's not really our shtick right now, but... Alright, let's just get down here and see if we can find the guy. Okay, actually, I think it looks like he took off. Which is fine. Well, I think that might be a pretty solid place to call it. And we made good progress today. Map-wise, we've gotten, obviously, a chunk of the map open and free and visible. And we're actually not very far at all from Zora's domain. I wasn't really expecting that to be our very first stop, obviously. But I mean, honestly, we could. Like, we easily could. Because, you know, all the Zora stuff is not far away. So... at least, you know, comparatively, we could easily roll over here and discover the domain and, you know, talk with those people and get all that rolling. I don't know if we would do Zora's domain first, per se, but we could easily, you know, say hi and get it all explored. Other than that, the main goal is to get to Kakariko Village. The yellow marker should be the tower to get this region highlighted. But for the most part, it's just going to be doing what we've done, and that's going to be the focus for a while, is hitting towers, any shrines that are convenient along the way, finding loot along the way, that kind of thing. Because a lot of chests, and there's like, you know, lots of fancy chests and stuff lying around here, it's really hard to find that stuff because it's not, like, I have a map on my other screen, but it's, you know, without the vision in-game of the region, you can't really tell, obviously. And so it's a whole thing, right? So I kind of need there to be vision in-game before we can really do too much exploring otherwise, right? So... anyway, so for the most part, going forward, next episode we might go to the domain because it's literally right there, you know. And we're up on a mountain right now, so it's like going just like whatever, rolling east a little bit, and then exploring the domain doesn't seem like a very bad move. And then after that, who knows? But we might be working our way towards ultimately Kakariko Village, because lots of good stuff over there. So anyway, that is going to call for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the content today, and we will talk to you guys later. Oh, did I just collateral that guy? Yeet. There, you go first. He's like, I think it's clear, man. You're good. As the great Bob Ross would say, what a happy accident. Later, idiots. I could hear Darth Vader in my head. I have you now. No, walk it off, bro. You're okay. It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up. That was so perfect.